Hello and welcome to Microsoft Hates Greg. My name is Greg Deckler, and today we're going to be taking a look at the August 2026 feature summary that just came out today. So today is Thursday, August 20th. I'll probably schedule this video for release on Saturday, this Saturday. But to characterize this release, I would call it a bunch of odds and ends, right? Or maybe if you're in the UK, you would say bits and bobs, right? It's just a bunch of little minor things. We'll get into it. So there's a long list of stuff. There's no doubt about it. We've got the community conference tickets are getting low. Okay, deprecation of the old file picker experience in Power BI Desktop. So it's like if you're March 2026 or earlier, you will no longer be able to save and share Power BI files to OneDrive and SharePoint. I've never turned on those preview features to begin with because I hate that interface, but I guess if you use it, be aware. Copilot and AI, Copilot and AI slop, cool. Got some of that in here. All right, so this one, modern visual defaults and customized themes, formatting panes, generally available. So this is the most interesting one. I'll show this one off in the Power BI desktop, but it basically moves where you do your theme editing, essentially. So, and it kind of applies it in real time, quote unquote, which is kind of nice versus the old interface where you had to kind of click apply and all of that. So the date picker that was announced, I think that was last month that was in preview. So now it's generally available. So that's a pretty, it was in one of the last 3 monthly updates. I thought it was last month, or maybe it was June, that the date picker was out there. But so that's a pretty fast turnaround time. It's like the team's getting back to what I would like. Oh, if something appears in preview and then it's generally available like within 6 months, right? Not this 3-year, 10-year crap that we've been seeing for the last 3 years. So good for them. Center value for donut chart generally available. I don't remember this being in preview. I'll be perfectly honest. I don't remember this at all. I couldn't find it in when I updated my features list or whatever. I couldn't find it. So I don't know if they're just slapping generally available on top of stuff or what they're doing now. But anyway, I don't remember this being in preview. But okay, that's pretty cool. The coolest part, you can use an image for the center. That's pretty neat. Comments for reports in OR gaps. Again, I said it was a bunch of odds and ends, people. Matrix expand collapse for column headers generally available. Again, I don't remember this being preview, but okay. And I don't know if I would use this personally. It just seems like a bad UX UI design for a report to hide shit from your report viewers, but maybe there's a use for it. Let's see, set default freeze state for row headers in the format pane. So that's cool, actually. So you can actually freeze the row headers so they remain in place. So that's been God, I don't know how long that's been a request out there in the ideas forum, and they say it's particularly good for mobile reports. I would imagine so. One lake file URLs for reports. So basically, you can put an image in one lake, and then you can reference it in a URL, which I don't think I would do that, but okay, you can do it. Outer padding for bar, column, line, ribbon, and waterfall charts and formatting pane generally available. Again, don't remember that being preview, but sure. And you can do it now. Again, like I said, it's a bunch of little stuff. General Azure Map Reference Layer shape matching improvements generally available. Okay, again, I don't remember that being a preview either, but sure. So it's basically better performance, essentially. This one is a little bit interesting. Azure Map loads. So it's basically your Azure Map is filtered to 30,000 data points. That's its rendering limit, right? So previously, if you zoomed in, you still just saw those 30,000 points that were originally rendered, right? And you didn't get anything. It didn't display any extras because other ones went out of your field of view, essentially. Well, now that's different, right? So now if I zoom in, then the points that I'm no longer seeing, they get filtered out, and any points that are more detailed get rendered in more or less up to the 30,000 limit. So that's cool. I like that. It's a good improvement. Slicer visual drop down border color open icon hierarchy expand and collapse colors formatting pane generally available. Again, I don't remember this being preview, but I remember I have run into this exact problem where I've been trying to do the drop down and I can change like the background colors and all that sort of stuff, except the damn checkbox. I couldn't, so I'd get exactly what I wanted, and then the damn checkbox would be hidden because you couldn't change the color on it. It's super annoying. So I'm glad they fixed it. But yeah, kind of a minor little thing. But boy, was it freaking annoying when you ran into it, man. I tell you. More control over Symantec Model Refresh and Power BI Service. Cool. Is there anything refresh schema and data? Sync schema only. So basically, you can tell it to refresh the schema and the data, or just the schema, or just the data. Okay. Convert direct take tables. Pretty sure that should be direct lake tables. But direct take tables, new thing in Power BI, apparently new feature I've never heard of is direct take tables. So that's exciting that we've got that in preview. And then we have direct lake calculated columns. Those are in preview. Data connectivity, accessibility, dark mode. You know how much a fan I am of dark mode, right? Mobile, rotate view, and mobile report footer. So some improvements. I'm telling you, it's a little bit, it's just these little tweaks, which in some cases, yes, like the damn checkbox with the drop down slicer. I mean, my God, that is driven me up the wall. So, I mean, some of you may think that some of these things are a big deal, whereas I don't. It's perfectly okay. Export data in Excel and Power BI mobile app. That's weird, but okay. I guess somebody's been asking for it. Embedded in analytics, enhancements to Power BI embedding in SharePoint. Okay. We got faster PIBP development with instant reload. So basically now, if you model specify something in VS Code, Power BI is going to automatically recognize that something changed, and you get a little apply changes, basically. So third-party custom visuals. We got Power Gantt chart by Nova Silva. I might have to check that out because I don't know if I've ever found a good Gantt chart in Power BI, to be honest. Slice of RAM by PowerViz. Anything PowerViz does is cool in my opinion. So multiple slicers, they can do basically. This looks kind of similar to what I've seen a lot out of them. Is like they have this visual that can be like, damn near anything. You can customize the Jesus out of it. So this looks like another one of those. And then Drill Down Map Pro by Zoom Charts. All right, so let's take a look at this theme stuff. So I did update my Power BI releases. We'll get to the numbers in a second. But now basically your Customize Your Report theme is in your visualization pane. It only shows up if you're on the page. You have to have the page selected more or less, or not have anything selected. But if you have visual selected, you don't see it. Don't select the visual, you can see it. Also in the view menu, if you type choose theme gallery, or no, sorry, customize current theme, right? Remember, it used to pop up a window. Now it goes here. So, and now you have these theme settings. Now, for all new Power BI files, it's going to default to Fluent 2. So Fluent 2 is going to be the new default. They have the Classic 2026 and the Classic 2018, right? But Fluent 2 is going to be the one going forward, right? So this is right now is in Classic 2026 mode. Remember how ugly this was? Yep. Still ugly as hell. They got a little bit better with the new theme update, right? And then Fluent 2 works even better in my opinion. So now, like, you've got the lines by default with the rounded edge, rounded corners, and all of that sort of thing. I mean, some people may not like it as much. I don't know. To me, it does look more modern and better looking out of the box, which has always been a huge pain in the ass with Power BI to get stuff that looks at least decent, right? It just nothing looked decent out of the box with Power BI. So now I would say things at least look decent. I would go with that. The Fluent 2 is a improvement in my opinion over the current theme that we've had, right? So yeah, I'll stick with it. But that's where you do your theme editing now. Now look at this. So this is preview to GA. So if you've been following this, I've referred to this several times. So like back in like 2021 to 2019, I wish I had earlier data, but you'd have like 12, 15, 10 features going out to GA, every year. And then it dropped down to like 7, 8, 3, right? In 2025, this is the dark ages of Power BI, right? At least Power BI desktop and that, so dark ages. But now look at 2026, and this is basically what I used to do, because I would do some checking, and usually it was always like, oh yeah, if they tagged it as GA, right, then it previously was in preview. That is not the case in 2026, from what I can tell, because there's like 31 things tagged as GA. But then I started doing some checking. I'm like, I can't find that feature in preview. So I had to add another column to this whole thing. Where I put in a just GA column. So right now I have preview to GA is yes, and then I have just GA. And I went back through all the 2026 stuff and tried to verify if that feature that is marked as GA was actually ever in preview or marked as preview. And so now what I can do is I can say, get rid of the just GA, get rid of the yes. And so now these numbers, these numbers kind of even out a little bit. So we have like 12, 15, 9, 9, 7, 8, 3 still, but now we have 10 in 2026, which means that by the end, we've got another, that means like we're getting like a little over 1 a month on average. That is a preview feature going to GA. So now we're at that means we should be the end of the year, 1, 9, 10, 11, 12. We should be up to like 14 or 15 things in GA, which we haven't previewed to GA, which we haven't seen since 2019 and 2020. Yeah, we haven't seen those level of numbers yet. But that's what I would expect in 2026. We're going to get back to the levels that we were seeing before the dark ages took over. So that is all I had for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.